mattered most. Got the job done. Dynasty 9-5 lead.
Be a change in the lineup here. Team Gotcha, when you're done, move down to mat 4 for a match with Misfits to end your day. Team Gotcha, move to mat 4.
And now we get a super fun one, 120 pounds, ranked number 6 in the country, out of Tennessee. That's Mason Jakob for Carnage. Out of St. Charles, East Illinois, ranked number 7 in the country, the future Buckeye to be, Dominic Munaretto. That was my foot. I forgot to move it from earlier. That's on me. Yeah, I forgot to move it. Sorry.
A little bit of hand fighting going on so far. Munaretto is normally an ultra pressure wrestler where he's going to put a ton of pressure on guys. He's always moving his feet, a lot of digging underhooks. Really likes to go to work here from this front headlock position.
Agreed. But, you know, both these guys, you know, they're willing to put their hand through a wood chipper for 1 point. They are both super greedy and willing to put their face in the fight, i.e. Munaretto's left eye socket. Last night it was a 7-3 win, but it was a gritty win for Dominic. So I would not be surprised to see these two just essentially dogfighting for 6 minutes.
And I would expect this position to be happening a lot, as you don't see Munaretto have a lot of leg attacks in his arsenal. It's a lot of dig and underhook more than anything, but I would expect a lot of front headlock, a lot of dig and underhooks here if I'm Jakob.
Agreed.
The ropes are on display.
And Jakob a little lengthier than Munaretto. I'd be shocked to not see him maybe oppose his length a little bit more, especially than last night as he finds an underhook. He's in a dangerous position here. You wonder, what does he have in the bag of tricks there with that hook in? We'll go to the second scoreless. 9-5 the lead for Dynasty, as Jakob will elect to begin the second period on bottom.
Been very impressed with Jakob this weekend, and I say that just as Munaretto looking to sit him in the pocket and pick up some swipes.
He might. There's at least one swipe. Munaretto is so good off the whistle on top. You see it at every tournament he wrestles. He catches at least a couple of guys sleeping.
Very opportunistic in those situations.
And I think
almost anticipates the whistle.
Agreed. I would say it's a point of his mat IQ, which is almost second to none. But he is so strong in his back and in his core that if he sits you in the pocket, boy, it's really, really tough to fight your way out of it.
And as you saw there, he's not afraid to take chances. Comes out front, was looking cement job. Jakob able to kind of swim out of it, and he scores the first points off of an escape. But Munaretto always looking for opportunity in those big moment situations. You saw him before. He was looking to lock up a cradle right there, tried to come out front and throw a cement job. Nothing doing for either one of those things. But he has been in that way, the more opportunistic wrestler with looking for those. And I say that just as Jakob fires off a shot. Now we're waterfall position.
High angle scramble. Now Munaretto's underneath of him. Watch a drag here coming from Jakob. Watch that drag. Now he turns into a single of his own. This is beautiful. Munaretto's got to be careful of his own back here. He's got to be really careful here. This is just super good scrambling. Now watch his Munaretto here. You see that left hand? He's going to try to control Jakob's left leg with both of his hands as to not, maybe even go to a leg pass here. He comes over the top. He leg passes it through. He's going to do it again here. Watch that left hand. In on the lock. No score. Wow.
Munaretto was in deep waters in that situation, was very close to giving up a takedown, was able to switch his lock and his grip on the leg of Jakob and not give up the takedown. We're set at 1-0 going into the third period. It looks like Munaretto chooses to go on bottom.
That right there is one of the better scrambles I've seen from a guy in that waterfall Iranian position, and was dead to rights a couple of seconds there. What was no good reason Mason Jakob should not be leading 3-1. But Munaretto finds a way and is on bottom now with Mason Jakob with a boot in. This is not where you want to be. Remember, last night, Munaretto, the win was 7-3 in his favor. Got to be careful here. Now you see Munaretto, he's going to try to pinch his knees, try to almost force that foot to the middle where he can maybe start working out either one of the legs. Got to be careful of his own back here. Even though he might be able to reverse Mason Jakob here. Jacob's hips are almost pinned to the mat by Munaretto's. If he could elevate that foot and start working him backwards, it could be trouble. Look to catch him. Now Jacob's got a half in. That's tight. But Jakob doesn't need the turn. He just needs the ride if he is to win this 1-0.
And this is where having the length that you see, that length advantage for Jakob, that's where it comes into play, because he was not in the best position there, but being able to extend and have the kind of, I guess, the longer bottom half with his legs.
Munaretto tries to catch him here. This is, again, having that boot in and being so tall. Having that boot in and being so tall, he could just extend his hips, and it puts a lot of torque and pressure on the lower half of Dom Munaretto.
And Jakob has to hold tight.
Munaretto might stick him here.
And time gonna run out. Tough ride for Jakob, and he turns the tide from last night. He gets a 1-0 win here over Dom Munaretto.
The one word I have for that ride is tenacious.
That's a tough ride.
2 minutes on top of Dom Munaretto is, I would imagine, tougher than most bulls in the PBR series. And he rode him for 2 full minutes. That is